Chapter 3. The Beast Transformation. After the spiritual root testing concluded, the so-called genius youth, a dual-root cultivator named Yiguo, was personally escorted by Elder Sa Ren to the grandest hall at the rear of the plaza. The remaining 7, including Yuan Ming, all bearing inferior quadruple roots, were led away by the bare-chested Hu Za, leaving the Candle Spirit Hall behind. Once they were far enough, Hu Za unexpectedly broke the silence. You may curse your fate now, but one day, when you look back on these events, you'll thank me. The tribesmen, still shaken, stared blankly at him, too afraid to respond. Is it because of the beast-hide slave you mentioned earlier? Yuan Ming spoke for the first time in days, his southern border dialect flawless. Hu Za's eyebrows rose. So you speak our tongue. Clever. He gave Yuan Ming a measuring look before continuing. Countless dream of immortality, yet lack the means. You were captured, yes, but joining the Iron Talon sect is a blessing. If you ever move mountains or summon storms, remember who led you here. He grinned, thumbing his chest. A few tribesmen, swayed by his words, muttered thanks. In this world, strength was everything, and even a sliver of power was worth groveling for. What exactly is a beast-hide slave? Yuan Ming pressed. Hu Za's expression darkened. Sharp ears, Central Plains rat. But list and cleverness here may get you killed. With that, he fell silent, leading them westward. Yuan Ming ignored the others' wary glances, focusing instead on Hu Za's words. Beast-hide slave sounded ominous, but at least it wasn't immediate execution. As for immortality, he doubted it. Survival came first. After half an hour, they reached a remote area enclosed by towering stone walls. A massive bronze gate stood ajar, guarded by a man who exchanged hushed words with Hu Za before waving them through. Yuan Ming caught the guard's zepati laced with mockery. Beyond the gate stretched a primordial forest. Ancient trees, their trunks thicker than 2 men could embrace, formed a dense canopy. Shafts of light pierced through, illuminating the undergrowth of shrubs and ferns. The air hummed with insect chirps and bird calls, thick with the scent of damp earth and foliage. The tribesmen relaxed slightly, as if returning to familiar terrain, while Hu Za grew tense, flinching at distant roars. Yuan Ming's unease deepened. This was no Immortals sanctuary. They trekked for another half-hour before reaching a clearing dominated by a towering black monolith. Crude crimson script carved into its surface read, 10,000 Mountains Forbidden Zone. Beside it stood a stern-faced man in gray robes, his broad shoulders squared, eyes flinty. Elder Huo Yan, I've brought the new beast-hide slaves, Hu Za announced, bowing slightly before retreating. The elder's gaze swept over them, indifferent as if assessing lumber. Without a word, he tapped a purple pouch at his waist. A faint glow sparked, and 7 animal pelts materialized in his hands, each a half-cured hide. Still bearing the beast's head, a flame-patterned leopard, a blue-tinted wolf, a bristling boar with tusks intact, a grizzled bear, a striped tiger, and even a hairless rhinoceros, its horn still attached. Yuan Ming's pulse quickened. How? Elder Huo Yan draped the pelts over their heads like hooded cloaks. Yuan Ming's face pressed against the coarse, musty hide of the white ape, its stale scent filling his nostrils. Next, the elder produced 7 leather pouches, each stamped with a bloody glyph. For the next 3 days, you'll survive beyond this boundary. To pass, you must hunt a beast wolf, leopard, tiger and fill these with its blood. He tossed the pouches at their feet. So this is the trial. Yuan Ming noted the tribesmen's dread. Unarmed, surviving here was suicide. One tribesman dared to speak. Elder. Could we at least have tools? A stone knife. Or tools? Elder Huo Yan smirked. You won't need them. Before anyone could react, he lunged, seizing the man clad in the leopard pelt. A green glow erupted from his palm. The tribesman screamed. The leopard hide twitched. Fur bristled, the pelt elongating like living flesh, slithering over his body. His face contorted, jaw stretching, lips peeling back to reveal lengthening fangs. A bestial snarl tore from his throat as the transformation locked into place. A man's frame crowned with a leopard's head. Muscles corded beneath spotted fur. When the screams faded, a half-beast crouched before them, eyes flickering between feral crimson and dazed humanity. This is the hide fusion art. Your only chance to survive, Elder Huo Yan said, already moving to the next victim. Yuan Ming watched, stomach churning, as another tribesman became a wolf-headed monstrosity. This is sorcery. Resistance was futile. When the elder's hand landed on his shoulder, Yuan Ming braced for agony. Chapter 4. The Only Way Out. A searing heat erupted from Yuan Ming's shoulder as Elder Huo Yan's palm pressed against him. The energy surged through his body before dispersing beneath his skin like molten needles. The Nagini. The white ape pelt draped over his face writhed as if alive. Fine hairs drilled into his pores, burrowing deep into flesh and muscle. The pain spread like wildfire neck, scalp, back as the hide fused with his body, its leathery flesh bonding to his own. His vision swam crimson. Yuan Ming clenched his teeth, but a guttural roar tore free. The pelt slithered over him, sealing itself to his form. A primal rage ignited in his chest, a hunger for blood, for slaughter. Endure the pain, but never lose your mind. This was his iron law. He stopped resisting. With a thunderous bellow, he drove his fists into the ground. Boom! The earth trembled. The red haze lifted. His vision cleared, the bloodlust receding like a tide. Elder Huo Yan's eyebrow twitched. To suppress the beast's instinct on the first try, your spirit isn't weak. He moved to the next victim without another glance. Soon, 7 half-beasts stood by the monolith. Remember, the elder warned, the pelt drains my magic to sustain itself. In 3 days, it will start consuming your life force instead. By sunset, you'll be a dried husk. Yuan Ming's jaw tightened. Of course there's a catch. Your only path to survival? The elder smirked. Pass the trial. Earn the blood chi art. Don't waste time on stupidity. He slapped a green pouch at his waist. A swirling light shot out, coalescing into a gargantuan eagle wings spanning 5 meters, hooked beak gleaming like a scimitar. Its golden eyes pinned them with predatory disdain. The beast tribesmen recoiled, their animal instincts screaming. Yuan Ming alone held his ground, curiosity now outweighing fear. What kind of sect is this Iron Talon? Elder Huo Yan mounted the eagle. With a gust that kicked up dust, they vanished into the sky. The 7 half-beasts eyed each other, tension thick. The tiger-headed brute broke first, snatching a blood pouch and lumbering into the woods. The boar man charged another direction. One by one, they scattered, each claiming separate hunting grounds. Yuan Ming grabbed his pouch and strode deeper into the forest. But within steps, his posture felt wrong. His spine protested. His arms hung too heavy. Instinctively, he dropped to all fours. Of course. This body isn't human anymore. He leapt. Muscles coiled like springs, propelling him 3 meters in a single bound. Trees blurred past. When he landed, his feet cratered the soil. With this strength, hunting shouldn't be. Crack. A black shape exploded from the brush. A mountain bear, towering 2 meters tall. Its paw swiped, shearing a tree trunk clean off. The log whistled past Yuan Ming's skull, embedding itself in the earth. Run. He bolted. The bear gave chase, closing the gap in breaths. Yuan Ming's new limbs moved with raw power but little coordination. A stray root snagged his foot, tumbled, rolled, and barely regained his feet as the bear pounced. Claws raked his chest. Blood arced through the air. Yuan Ming didn't fight back. He ran, smearing blood on trees to mislead the beast. The bear, frenzied by the scent, pursued. Ahead a towering fig tree. Yuan Ming scrambled up, fingers clawing bark. The bear slammed into the trunk. The impact nearly shook him loose. Leaves rained down as the beast hammered the tree again. Again. Yuan Ming clung like a limpet, climbing higher. A branch snapped underfoot, caught himself by one ankle, dangling upside down as the bear roared below. Then, it left. Gasping, Yuan Ming hauled himself onto a bough. His chest burned. His heart jackhammered. Just as he leaned back. Thud. The tree shook again. Chapter 5. Perilous Survival. Yuan Ming's brief respite shattered as the tree beneath him quaked. The black bear had returned. It charged like a battering ram, its massive spine slamming into the fig tree with a thunderous crack. The ancient trunk split like firewood. Yuan Ming barely clung on, fingers gouging bark as the fissure spread beneath him. The bear wheeled for another charge. No time. As the beast lunged again, Yuan Ming leapt not down, but across. His ape-enhanced muscles launched him 8 meters through the air toward another tree. Mid-flight, he snagged a vine, swinging like a pendulum to land on a thick bough. This body, he marveled at the fluidity. It's becoming mine. Behind him, the fig tree collapsed. The bear roared frustration but didn't pursue. Perched high, Yuan Ming inventoried his wounds. 3 puncture marks oozed blood where the wolf's fangs had sunk into his shoulder. Hunger gnawed where Wuxia hadn't eaten since before the Iron Talon sect. Dusk approached. The forest's nocturnal predators would soon stir. Scanning the canopy, he noted. A viper coiled on a branch, scales mimicking bark. An armored pangolin vanishing into its burrow. A plump hare bolting through ferns. Food. Yuan Ming pounced, fingers brushing the hare's tail. Whoosh. The hare blurred, kicking up dust as it vaulted 4 meters away. It vanished into brush before he could blink. Even prey here defies nature. A twig snapped behind him. Instinct screamed. Yuan Ming ducked as a green-furred wolf sailed over him, fangs glinting where his throat had been. He spun, driving a fist backward like a spear thrust. Crunch. The wolf's muzzle crumpled under the blow, a fang snapping as it crashed into a tree. But the second wolf, larger and unscathed, circled left. They're coordinating. The beasts attacked in unison. Yuan Ming feinted right, then elbow smashed the left wolf's ribs. It yelped, skidding across leaves. Pain. The injured wolf clamped onto his thigh, shaking like a terrier. Yuan Ming roared, hurling it against a rock. He scrambled up the nearest tree just as the pack leader's jaws snapped shut on empty air. Below, the wolves howled a summons. Shadows moved in the undergrowth. More were coming. Yuan Ming fled through the treetops, vines whipping past his face. Blood dripped from his thigh, painting erratic trails on leaves. His arms burned. Each swing covered less distance. Dizziness. His vision tunneled. A distant howl answered the pack's call. They're hurting me. His next grip slipped. For one weightless moment, Yuan Ming hung between life and the waiting fangs below. Chapter 6. Who am I? A cold wind slapped Yuan Ming's face, jolting him awake as the trees thinned ahead. A roaring river Tanjiang wide and black as ink blocked his path. No way to jump that. Below, 5 green wolves paced, their yellow eyes tracking his every move. Jump and maybe die. Stay and die worse. He rocked on the branch, gathering momentum. Now. With a grunt, he launched himself. For one glorious moment, he flew, arms outstretched toward the opposite shore. But 7 zhang was his limit. The far bank remained agonizingly out of reach. Splash. The current swallowed him whole. Underwater, Yuan Ming became a ragdoll. The river's hidden teeth, jagged rocks raked his wounds open. Blood ribboned through the murk, painting a crimson trail. Predator bait. He clawed at the riverbed, hauling himself gasping to the surface. The shore was close, but the undertow threatened to drag him back. Then pain. Not from his wounds. From something attached to them. Diving again, he forced his eyes open. Hundreds of thumb-sized fish blanketed his chest, their needle teeth buried in his flesh. Piranhas. Where sea shadow the size of an ox glided toward him through the gloom. Yuan Ming moved like a crab along the riverbed, fingers gouging stone. The shadow accelerated. At the bank, he vaulted onto land just as the thing, whatever it was, surged beneath him. Collapsing on the shore, he checked his blood pouch. Still there. His body was a pincushion of squirming fish. One wriggled free of his grip, its circular maw snapping. You bite me? Yuan Ming grinned through pain. I eat you. He shoved the fish into his mouth. Bones crunched. Metallic sweetness flooded his tongue and it was good. 60 fish later, hunger abated. But the blood scent remained. He smeared mud over his wounds, masking it. By dusk, he found shelter, a hollow beneath 2 fallen boulders. He barricaded the rear with rocks, then dragged a lightning-split log across the entrance as a door. A vine tied to his wrist served as alarm. Exhausted, he lay down but fought sleep. In the dark, his fingers traced escape routes and battle tactics in the dirt. Memories flickered, a training yard, a spear in his hands, a shadowy figure barking orders. Who am I? Sleep took him. Dream. He stood on a sunlit drill ground, spear whirling through forms. At the edge loomed a broad-shouldered man, features blurred, arms crossed. When Yuan Ming paused, "Don't stop." Dawn. Sunlight through the cracks. His wounds impossibly had scabbed overnight. Enhanced healing too. He flexed his furred hands. The beast hide transformation kept surprising him. Outside, the forest sparkled deceptively peaceful. Birdsong. Breeze. Yuan Ming's stomach growled. Healed fast, hungry faster. He stepped into the light, knowing paradise was a lie. The real hunt began now. Thank you for listening to the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to support us and give us more motivation to upload new videos.